Hello, welcome to Politics Now, where I talk about modern politics in modern America. And today, I'm going to be doing the best case scenario for Republicans in the 2024 presidential election. And this is going to be on the assumption that Trump is likely the nominee. Honestly, all the other candidates don't really have a shot anymore. DeSantis was very close after the midterms, but he's gone so far below that I just don't see him winning the election for the nomination at all, and Trump is most likely going to be the nominee. Biden really doesn't have any competition. Robert Kennedy, he's putting up a good fight, but he's still pulling at like 17%, so I don't think he's going to win. Joe Biden is probably their best candidate that they can pick out of the people who are running. He's the incumbent. He's really the only person that they have on sort of the Democratic nominee bench, because all the other options are just worse than Joe Biden. So, yeah, it's really their only bet. So, we're just going to have 2020 again, 2020 matchup. And, yeah, let's get into the best case scenario for Republicans in 2024. Now, let's start off with the safe red states. Utah, Idaho. These ones, I can't really see them changing, even if this was a worst case scenario or just a normal election for Republicans. These wouldn't change at all. Yeah, so these are pretty easy to win for Republicans. They're not really going to change at all. Both of the Nebraska districts, except the second one, that one is kind of stuck because of redistricting, so Republicans, they don't have that in the bag. Even if this is a hypothetical best case scenario, I don't see them getting the second district. They had the chance to make it more Republican, but they just didn't, so it's still going to probably be Democrat. Kansas, safe. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana. These southern states, they're all safe red. Florida would be a safe red. Texas would be a safe red. Because, again, this is the best case scenario. I would normally put Texas and Florida into the likely column, but since this is the safe and the best chance for Republicans, then they're all going safe. Likely are all going safe. Tennessee, South Carolina is safe. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio would be safe. Actually, I might put it as likely. Yeah, it's not far enough to the right that I would put it as a safe for even best case scenario. It still has Democratic tendencies, so it's even in the best case scenario, I'm still putting it as likely. I put it as likely even in the general election. It's just a pretty likely Republican state. It's moving farther to the right. But, yeah, even in the best case scenario, I don't see it being a safe red. It would be a pretty likely red, but not a safe red. Indiana, safe red. Missouri, Iowa, I would put that as safe red. It's not really changing anytime soon, and in best case scenario, it's going to be a safe red. North Carolina, put that as a safe red. Actually, I'll do the same thing with Ohio. It has some Democratic tendencies, and even though it's kind of moving to the right, kind of not, I would put it as more leans to likely, but yeah, I'm going to put it as the best case scenario. It's a pretty likely state, along with Ohio. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the safe reds and the likely reds. And for Democrats, Colorado, Oregon, Washington, I would put it, if this is a Republican best case scenario, I would say that these the Colorado, New Mexico move farther to the right, and I don't really see them going any further to the right, but best case scenario, it would be a harder election than 2020 or 2016 for Republicans and Democrats. So, yeah, Colorado would move further to the right, and New Mexico would go from safe to likely. And Colorado kind of goes to the right a little bit, but they're still gonna go Democrat. Illinois, best case scenario, Minnesota. That would be along with Colorado. Minnesota at this point, pretty safe blue state. Honestly, most people put it as a likely blue state, but I would consider it safe blue state. But yeah, I would put it as a leans blue state if this is a Republican best case scenario. And honestly, it's too far gone. Even in a best case scenario, Minneapolis basically rules the entire state. Duluth is not helping things at all, and Minnesota is not changing anytime soon. Nebraska second. I'll put that as the same category as Minnesota. It's a leans because best case scenario, Republicans put up more of a fight there, even though that they did a pretty bad redistricting, and they just sort of gave it back to the Democrats for no reason, and they're just not getting it. Oh yeah, I forgot Alaska. Safe Republican, best case scenario. Yeah, all of New England, not New Hampshire. New Hampshire, same boat as Minnesota, would be a tougher fight for Republicans. You know what? Best case scenario, New Hampshire actually flips. So, New Hampshire, there's kind of a better Republican platform there than all the other New England states, but best case scenario would be a tough flip, and honestly, that's probably the most unlikely thing to happen in all of these states that I'm putting down. Because, yeah, it's not changing anytime soon. But best case scenario, the 2nd District of Maine, safe red. For the 1st District, it would be a sort of leans blue, more so likely blue. It's funky districts that are making this blue and giving the state away. And best case scenario, Republicans would win the whole state in a tough election, but they would win it. But yeah, all the safe Democrat states, I don't see these moving anytime soon. All of these New England states that I don't see moving from safe at all. None of these are gonna go move anytime. Best case scenario for New York, it would enter the likely category. Honestly, probably not gonna leave safe, but best case scenario, they managed to put up a tougher fight for it. Maybe no. New York is the only one that leaves the safe column in this best case scenario. And yeah, you know what? Virginia in a narrow election would be in Republican hands, kind of like the governorship. It goes Republican, and the governor, Youngkin, helps with that, and Republicans win the state in the best case scenario. And then we have all these swing states. Since this is safe Republican, I think you know how this will play out. Likely, yeah, I'll do leans for Wisconsin. Yeah, likely Wisconsin. Alright. Leans Michigan. Yeah, I'll do leans Michigan, leans Pennsylvania, leans Georgia. Nah. Yeah, I'll put, for all the swing states, I'll put lean. Actually, yeah, I'll put Nevada as a likely, since it's a lot more Republican than all the other swing states outside of Wisconsin. It's moving farther to the right. I could see it entering a pretty safe red state territory. Las Vegas and Reno are sort of losing political power in the state, and the rural voter, the Republican voter, is gaining more and more ground, especially since a lot of people are leaving California and they're going to Nevada, and a lot of them are Republicans who are making the state more Republican. And if a lot of these Republicans are moving to the closest state near them, then Nevada and Arizona are looking for more and more Republican votes, and that could change the states. But yeah, best case scenario, it's a washout for Republicans, 331 to 207. This is the best case scenario. It's a total washout. Is this realistic? No. No, this isn't realistic at all. This would never happen. Never. And the odds of this happening is probably 1 in 1 million or 1 in 1 trillion, because Michigan, no. Pennsylvania, no. Virginia, no. Nevada being a likely red, no. Colorado and Minnesota being a tough fight, no. Maine at large going to Republicans, maybe. Minnesota being a tough fight, again, no. Nebraska 2nd District being a tough fight, no. It's just very unrealistic, but that's the point. It's supposed to be a best case scenario, and yeah, what a total washout. If this was the actual map for 2024, yeah, the Democrats would be completely obliterated and embarrassed by this loss. How does this even happen? If this map happens on election night for 2024, I will be in utter awe at the fact that how do you lose this badly in such a polarized country? People will vote for you just because you have a political party next to your name. They don't care about what you think of actual policies. They'll just vote for you like they're cheering on a soccer team. Honestly, if this happens in real life, Democrats are fucked. Yeah, that's it. Bye.